So one way, shape, or form, it's always nice to have variegated plants. But when you get that reverted plant and you're trying to just deal with the agony of not seeing that different color pattern, different variation of pattern, I'm going to tell you what to do, what I did in my 4-year journey of dealing with a reverted plant, how I got some variegation back. Keep watching. What's going on? My name is Gerard. I'm an exotic plant collector, and on this channel I talk about plant care and plant tips. So if you like what you see, I'd appreciate your support by you clicking that like and subscribe button and the notification bell to see when I'm dropping new videos. So let's get into the video, because a lot of people ask me, how did I get some white back in my white knight philodendron, which we're specifically talking about the white knight philodendron specifically. There's a couple of things I did. I had this white knight philodendron for 4 years. I've got it from overseas, and I didn't know what I was going to get, so I bought, without knowing, I bought a reverted white knight philodendron. And that's one of the things that you have to be aware of when you're buying plants from overseas. You're not going to know what you're going to get. You can't pick it out. So be mindful of that when you're buying plants from online or overseas. You're not going to know what you're going to get. Message. Unless the seller goes the extra mile and basically tells you, oh yeah, I'm going to send you this plant, and then just buy it and then wait for it to come, which they should do. I'm just being honest. It's just why would you? But anyway, so there's 3 things that I did to promote the variegation in the white knight philodendron, and number 1 is big. It's very big, and it's a key part. They're all key parts, but this is very big. I want to say you're going to have some patience, because plants grow at different rates. Variegated plants tend to grow a little slower, and the white knight philodendron is a moderate grow. I want to say it's not that slow, but after propagating it about 6 or 7 times, you got to learn some patience, and you got to keep at it, and got to keep at it. And that's one key part, is have some patience. Number 2, chop it up. You got to keep cutting it back, because if the plant is constantly growing, your mother plant's constantly growing, and it's throwing out dark or non-variegated leaves, you most likely won't see it ever, to my experience. So propagate it, trade or sell the propagated cuts, or just stick with them. I still have about 4 cuttings that I cut up about a year ago, and I was successful on 1. So that's another thing. Propagate the mother plant, propagate the reverted plant that you have, and see if you can get some variegation back on one of the cuttings. Maybe something might pop out. And number 3 is pound it with light. Give it more light that you're accustomed to giving your plants, your philodendrons. From what I did is I usually give my plants around 250 foot candles, but I bumped it up about 100 more foot candles, brought it closer to the light, and I was still giving it artificial light with 12 hours a day with light. And I noticed that I'm seeing variations of green underneath the leaves. It's like a lime color underneath the leaves, and then sometimes it shows on top of the leaves. So something's starting to happen as I start to propagate the plant and give it more light. So I think that's what encourages the variegation, to bring the variegation back. You're not guaranteed to get any white. I don't want to throw you a bone and say, yeah, you'll get it with these 3 things, but that's what worked for me. And so when you're giving it more light, you're telling the plant to stop producing green for photosynthesis, because that's really what it needs, and encouraging it to grow some other colors that won't help in the photosynthesis, but will allow the variation or the variegation of the plant. And I was reading up on variegation. There's no real theory on what it is, one accurate, because I guess you can't actually talk to the plant and ask it why is it growing different colors, or why is it variegated. I think one belief is that it grows variegated leaves just to deter insects or predators from munching on it, to make it look like it's not healthy or not a healthy snack. In the plant community, we like variegated plants. We like differences of color, and we put a high value on those plants. So those are the couple things that I did: patience, propagate it, and give it more light. And like I said, I'm not promising you anything because I'm still working with the variegation, hoping it'll come back. But with your cuttings, you can do whatever you want with them. You can trade them, you can sell them, and that's the good thing about it. So that's the way you can turn lemonade or lemons into lemonade. That's all I got for you today. If anybody else has some secrets on promoting variegation in the white knight philodendron, please let me know in the comment section below. I appreciate you commenting. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. My name is Gerard. I'm an exotic plant collector, and keep growing.